okay, but the fact that he's doing this move, that's my favorite. Like, that's one of my go-tos. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what he's about to say, but same move for real. Hi everyone, I am Bonbon, Candace, Candy Cane to some. Today I am going to be reacting to the most useless art advice I'm tired of hearing, and it's a video by Mohammed. I have taken some of his art tips before when I've tried to practice sketching outside of drawing lips, which is what I mostly do, but I would love to eventually get to portrait art and full body kind of drawing, so I have watched some of his videos before. And this art title got me because it grabs you like it's supposed to. I'm like, dang, the most useless art advice. So as an amateur artist, I am curious to see what a very experienced artist thinks is useless advice, see if I agree or disagree, or like I haven't been through it yet, so you know, just want to hear it and maybe I can avoid some pitfalls before it starts.
Hey, how's it going now? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going on TikTok and we're going to take a look at some art tips that could potentially harm your growth and could stop you from actually improving and getting better at drawing. And I got this idea from Sam Does Art.
Okay, Sam Does Art is actually a video I have in my queue.
And if anyone isn't watching his videos now, I really can't tell you anything.
Art tips from someone paying $12,000 to do art good. I need to draw the backside of this character. I need to draw the butt. Quick way to do that is just to fucking flip it and then erase everything inside. Because even if your character is backwards, the silhouette stays the same.
Ooh, okay, before he even gives his opinion. Okay, so drawing it backwards, she's saying just erase the front and the profile stays the same. Okay. I don't draw full bodies yet, so I'll just wait. I don't know. It just kind of, because it's already on the bad advice list, I'm like, it's probably not right, but I'll wait to see what he says.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't even lie, I've used this art tip before when doing turnarounds for characters where you have to draw the front view of the character, the side, and then the back view. And just to make drawing the back view easier, I'll just take the front view of the character and erase everything within the silhouette of the character and then redraw everything as if I was looking at that character from the back. Yes, the silhouette may stay the same, but the proportions and the features of the character, like his hands, his feet, the way he's posing his body is obviously going to be in a different direction.
Okay, that's where my little pause moment came from then when she said that. I couldn't put my finger on it because I'm not drawing like that yet, but yeah, that would make sense.
I think I'll give this art tip a 7/10. It's practical, but I wouldn't ideally advise you to keep using this, especially if you're doing professional work. Now this is actually,
I didn't even catch the tip that well at first. I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm waiting on his reaction so hard that I'm not focused on the actual tip. So I'll see what he says when he explains it.
really a very good tip. Before I even get into explaining it, I'm going to give this tip a 10/10. It's a really good tip. If you're trying to get better at drawing characters, drawing expressions of characters and making those expressions very believable and pass a sense of feeling and emotion of a character, you really have to be drawing faces a lot of times. You really have to keep on drawing faces and understanding expressions and just drawing them from different angles, drawing different expressions, drawing when a character is sad, drawing when a character is happy.
Okay, that's where I'm at right now. I'm really focusing on the faces. I'm drawing almost the same face over and over every day. Now, I struggle with everything that's not full on, and even full on because I'm still finding my own style. It's not consistent. Definitely trying to get like an expression of like, you know, when someone's really happy and their eyes are really closed when they're smiling and things like that. I'm definitely practicing. So I would also say that that is really good advice.
Just making sure you're practicing drawing expressions. And what better way to do that than by just getting a mirror and keeping that in front of your desk and just making different expressions while you...
Okay, I see that with the mirror, but I'm better with like Pinterest references, almost looking at another drawn face so I can then try it on my own versus actually looking at I don't know if it's just something about looking at my own face. It's just I cannot do it to study art. If you can, I get it, and that way you can just keep going through them. You don't have to search for references. I cannot do that though.
You draw. That is one way you can approach it. Another good way to study the face and expressions is by using your phone to take selfies of yourself. I'm guessing every one of us has a cell phone, so it's just easy to just take selfies. If you don't want to use a mirror or you don't have a mirror close by, you can just take selfies, make various expressions, and then draw from those and study that and study the features of the face. And if you don't understand how to draw the features of the face, go online and look for the Andrew Loomis head and hands and use that to understand where the face,
I have heard of the Andrew Loomis method, so yay, something for me. Let's see. Okay, so yes, I have a long way to go. I should say that. When I was being more consistent, I was seeing improvement. I stopped drawing faces for a few months and I just started doing it again, like past week and a half. I'm glad I actually know this name. Yay.
features of the face sit, and that is obviously going to help you in drawing better faces. Another thing you can do that will help you in drawing expressions is you can look for reference sheets from Disney animated movies.
This is me. Okay, yay. He knows some of us out here are struggling. Reference sheets of animated faces, and I know he's about to say specifically Disney because they do have very exaggerated expressions. That's exactly what I need. I was looking up anime references and manga. This is a very good idea, so I'm gonna actually use this. I'm gonna write this down as one of my tips. So yeah, this is a great suggestion. Thank you for those of us that are not gonna be looking at our face in the mirror to draw for reference.
Disney and Pixar animated movies are really fine. You can get the expression sheets and you can study the expressions of those. If those are hard to find, you can just go on Pinterest and search character expression.
Haha, Pinterest, yes. Okay, I'm gonna try to read it out loud. Life hacks for artists who can't draw. So you can't draw the other eye. Before they give a suggestion, one of the things I see, and I love that suggestion the best, is as you're drawing one of your eyes, start drawing the other eye. Like, don't get lost in the detail of one eye and then you're trying to go back and match that whole eye. Like when you're doing the upper lid, go ahead and draw the upper lid of the other eye. For me, that has helped me a lot because yeah, the other eye does not look good if I try to draw one whole eye and then go back to the other eye. Oh, that's funny. Just cover it with hair. Not gonna lie, I will try that because sometimes, you know, these 3/4 views throw me off. I might cover it with hair sometimes, but I know in the long run, practice doing the other eye too so you can keep your skills up and like, you know, match it, because it's not always going to be a time that there is hair to go over the other eye. Especially like I like to do a lot of natural hairstyles, so there's going to be a lot of braids involved and fros and things, and yes, the fro and your braids can swing and cover your eye, but not always. Like it might be like a ponytail to the side, pull back look, so I need to practice the other eye. But I do like that, you know, sometimes when you're like, never mind, just put some hair on it. Okay, now it says can't draw mouths. Or noses. It's a cover it with hair too. Okay. They have to be being facetious at this point, but very cute. or a mask. But I do like lips, obviously, my background. So I would like to keep practicing doing lips. I don't really want to cover them up. And it says can't draw faces at all. Easy. More hair. I knew that was coming.
Oh, this is a really funny one. So I'm guessing this person thinks you're just going to be drawing faces without any feature in them. So if you can't draw the features of the face, you just cover everything with hair. It could work for a certain look if that is what you're going for, but there is always going to be a time where you're going to have to draw at least the eyes of the character.
I will say though, there are some artists I follow on Instagram that is their whole aesthetic. Now, I don't know if that's because they're not comfortable drawing faces or they found something that's so unique to them. As soon as you see it, you know it's their work. There's no face. It's just, you know, great body expressions and beautiful hair. It works for them somehow. I don't know, but it does work for them. So I'm wondering, did they develop that style from not liking to draw faces, or did they draw faces but they found that they got something from just somebody interpreting a mood versus actually seeing a mood on the face? I'm curious about that.
Knows, unless you really want to make not showing the mouth or other features of your character your thing, which is fine with me. I mean, no one has seen what Falling Sand looks like. She has been wearing a mask in all her YouTube videos and none of us are complaining. So I mean, why can't you just do that with your drawing, right?
Is there anything going on in your character's head? Probably, but they look a little stiff. And you wonder how artists are achieving these dynamic and expressive poses. I'm gonna teach you a technique called
Okay, yeah. I also want to practice my bodies and their gestures.
gesture drawing. This is a quick sketch that captures the feeling of a pose and the different forms in motion. So how do we get started? You start with the line of action. Also, don't mind that the model is a little bit naked. He's very shy. This is what you do in figure drawing. This singular line describes the angle and movement of the pose and will also help you place your weight. My line here is following the body's angles. From here I can quickly place his limbs, his head, his chest, his shoulders. This is figure drawing at its very basic. No sharp angles, just smooth lines. I hope this helps you get more dynamic and expressive.
Okay, that tip is what I've seen a lot. So I'm curious to see what Mohammed's gonna say, but I definitely have seen that as the best suggestion.
Poses in your art.
This is actually a really good tip. An artist that draws very fluid gesture is Glenn Vilppu. The way he draws his characters and he draws his figures with just using gesture and gesture lines is absolutely insane. If you're trying to understand how to draw gesture or how to just convey the feeling of movement in your characters or in your drawings when you're drawing figures from memory or from photo reference or from life, Glenn Vilppu is someone you can always look into study. I think the website Quick Poses just allows you to practice drawing gestures, and you can also set the time limit you want to use for your drawings, and the website also allows you to choose what types of pose you want, how long you want for each pose to last, the time limit you want to spend drawing, and it also shows you some examples of what gesture drawings look like, so you can try to draw your gestures in the style they show you with the examples, or you can just use your own technique or whatever you're comfortable with. So yeah, 10 over.
Okay. His voice is very soothing. I feel like I should have a cup of tea right now as I listen to this advice. Yeah, I don't have much to add because he's the experienced one, and I mean, it's all good advice. I like that he gives some resources too. I love practical examples and resources to go along with someone giving advice. Like, that's really nice, which is why I can only react, because I don't have any advice right now. I just want to learn. So nice.
A 10, great tip, and it works. Alright, I think this entire video is just solely based on this person.
Okay, it said what I've learned is to make things more realistic, if there's a smaller head, do smaller eyes was their thing. So I guess they were trying to talk about proportions. We'll see what how that tip ranks with him.
His own understanding and expectations of his own art or her own art or their own art. So the first tip is smaller head and smaller eyes. I don't really consider a good tip. I mean, like I said, there's certain drawing style where you will want to have big eyes, like
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a preference. Whatever your stylistic preference is. That's very restrictive. I wouldn't do that one. I know that for sure. I don't know how to draw well yet with portrait art, but I know I would not do that.
anime or a big head if that is what the character has. And you won't want to go around drawing a small
Yes, Boondocks. Yes.
head because you feel it will make your drawings look better. You have to understand the proportions of the character you're drawing and just make sure you're nailing those proportions in each frame or wherever or whenever you're drawing that particular character.
Muted color palette, easier to pick colors that go together, usually can't go wrong. Okay, let's just see.
I don't agree with this.
Okay, my instinct said no for me as well, because play around with color. Also follow GDB, and she plays around with color so much. I think you just gotta go with what you feel. I don't know, like maybe if you're working for a certain company that's like really important to them, but you just producing your own art, I don't know, that seems very limiting.
Well, using saturation in your work is something I have done, is something I like to do. You have to understand where and when to use saturation. So if you're trying to draw attention to a certain part of the image, you can make that particular area much more saturated than the other parts of the image, and the eye will automatically be drawn to that particular place that has the saturated color. But
I love that he showed an example, and I can definitely see that point. So fair point on that part.
if your entire palette is just muted, then that is just the style that you're going for with your work. I know artists who have a very desaturated look in their color palette, and that's just how they like their colors looking. That's just their own style of painting and of coloring their images. And I know artists that have super saturated works and it still looks good. Both styles look amazing, and there's nothing wrong with any of those styles.
True. Opinion based. It's all subjective. So I agree. Like, I've definitely seen muted tones that are beautiful and vibrancy that's beautiful. Yeah, that comes down to what you like. So I agree.
This is just a choice you have to make if you want to have your images look saturated, or if you want to have your images look much more calmer and muted. It all depends on you. It all depends on the mood of the image you're going for. And if this is a client's work, it also depends on what that client wants. So some clients might want you to match a certain look if they already have a franchise.
Yay, that's what I was thinking when, okay, so we're on the same page. That's good, because I don't have much to offer here. So to know he's also like, yeah, if you're with a client, that's what they want, stick with what they want, because that makes sense.
They're making, and you're just going to create art that fits in that franchise. Obviously, you're going to have to match what they already have. If all the images they already have are super saturated, you can't come there and tell them that, oh hey, my color palette is muted and I can't make saturated images because that's against my rules. And this TikTok art tip said I can never use saturated colors. They will just kick you out and hire someone else that will do what they want.
Here's how to become a better artist in 30 seconds. Number 1, draw 100 empty square boxes.
Okay, how to become a better artist in 30 seconds. I don't like to be rushed. So just on a personal standpoint, I'm already like, you're talking fast and you're about to say do a lot of things really fast, and I'm already like getting overwhelmed, and on a personal level, I don't like where this is going.
Don't make them too big. Number 2, fill every single one of those boxes with a piece of artwork, a drawing, a paint.
Okay, don't make it sound like it's that easy. Fill every box with a piece of artwork. Like that's a lot. See, that's that pressure. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I would probably on TikTok, because I can't stay here for this. It's too much.
In your unique art style. Number 3, draw things you've never drawn before. Number 4, don't worry about it being absolutely perfect, and don't worry about creating a masterpiece in every single box.
I get that, but the pressure is too much. Like, yes, don't worry about it being a masterpiece. Draw things you haven't drawn before. But 100 boxes? Like, can we just like do 3? Heck, I might need just 1 to start out with. I get what they're saying. See where your imagination goes. Yes, but I'm starting to sweat just thinking about it.
Number 5, just focus on filling every single box with a unique piece of art.
You know one thing that pisses me
I don't know what he's about to say, but the fact that he's doing this move, that's my favorite. Like, that's one of my go-tos. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what he's about to say, but same move for real.
me off aside from just someone telling me how to get better is someone telling you how to get better without actually giving you any direct tip or telling you what will make
Yes.
you better. They're just telling you to go and draw. This tip is exactly the same as people who tell you draw every day without telling you how to draw. If you make
Yes.
10,000 boxes and are just filling them with random drawings that literally have nothing to do with what you want to see yourself drawing in.
The trombone or whatever instrument that is in the background on his video is hilarious because that's the mood right now, for real. Womp womp. Like, no.
Future, you're just going to be stuck in the same place that you have been in whenever you finish making those drawings. You're just going to remain the same. There's no way you're going to improve in whatever way possible because you're not practicing the fundamentals. You're not triggering your brain to learn anything that forces you to understand perspective or depth or anatomy or color or anything that you're going to use in making a better image. You're just randomly filling blank paper with lines that you feel will make you better, but in the long run, they're definitely not taking you anywhere. He even got 30,000 likes and 200 comments. Let's see what the people in the comments are saying. Guys, something else you could do is every square is a song that you're listening to and draw what that songs make you feel. I mean, that's a good idea, but it's obviously not an art tip. Him, don't worry about creating a masterpiece in every single box. Still him creates a masterpiece in every single box. Why do I feel like he literally didn't create any masterpiece at all? This is a very good comment. This person said, so to become better at drawing, I have to draw, right? But I want direct results. I don't understand that last part of the message. But then the person who posted the tip said, not just draw, but draw a lot whilst pushing yourself to come up with original ideas. Oh my god. What are you even talking about? Please, what original ideas will I come up with if I don't even understand how to draw in the first place? You're telling someone to draw, but the person doesn't even understand what it takes to make up an image. How else do you think that person is going to improve? This is such a horrible art tip.
Okay, it's as bad as I thought it was. Okay, his video keeps going. I will put the link in the description. I am just starting to do this and my memory card is like, you don't have enough time to finish watching that video and actually speaking, so pick one. I will have more reaction videos to come. Please let me know down in the comment box, like, what have y'all struggled with as artists? If you're experienced, what did you first struggle with? And also tell me what else you maybe would like to see me react to, because this channel might be a little random, so I'm actually gonna have other reactions outside of art. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see y'all again. Appreciate you hanging out. All right, bye.